Hello, 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 and welcome to the Good Vibes Lifestyle happening every Thursday. Now, I'm your host, Leslie Klein, and we're taking a moment to reflect on the Leo full moon, which just happened a few days ago. We're going to release what no longer serves us and realign with our highest intentions. So, get ready to step into the bold fire horse energy, which is upcoming on the new moon and solar eclipse on February 17th. So, this is a powerful pause right now before we have these new beginnings. So, let's raise our vibration together. Now, I am streaming to Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So, you can comment throughout the show or ask any questions. I always love seeing your comments and interacting with you. And so, let me know, where are you watching from? It's always great to know the reach. Most of the people that watch usually watch from watch the replay as opposed to the live. So it's always great to see the people on the live. So let's get into it. We're going to start talking about the astrology, which I just referred to. So I always like to start with, where's the sun? The sun is in the sign of Aquarius, and that happened on January 19th, and it'll be in that sign for about a month. On February 19th is when the sun will then go into Pisces, which is the last sign of the zodiac. So, sun in Aquarius, what does that mean? That energy has to do with innovation, with independence, and forward thinking. Aquarians value originality, freedom, and humanitarian ideals. So, Aquarius usually focuses on big picture ideas, technology, and social change, which is one of the reasons we see a lot of protests and things happening. This is a time of revolution, and we are into the age of Aquarius. Plus, this new moon that's coming up has to do with Aquarius as well. So, there's big changes happening, and Aquarius also rules humanitarianism. So it's about we, not me. So things are shifting, that kind of energy is changing. Okay, so what's happening as far as the moon? Well, as I said earlier, the full moon was on February 1st at 5:09 p.m. in the sign of Leo. So it had to do with creativity and individuality and expression. These are the energies of Leo. So that's what that's where we are, is in terms of this kind of energy. So that's what I've got for you as far as the full moon. And we're going to be doing a meditation in a few minutes that will talk about, these energies and preparing for them. So let's now move into UFO and UAP disclosure. The latest as to what's happening. A couple of weeks ago, James Fox had a press conference on January 20th about his movie called, let's see here, Moment of Contact, New Revelations of Alien Encounters. I'm going to give you a link here on my Amazon store where you can actually watch the movie. It is on Prime. And that's tinyurl.com/capital GVTV Moment of Contact. And so James Fox's movie is all about the incident that happened in Virginia, Brazil, where several doctors encountered the several creatures, and just about that whole story. So, in the press conference, though, a couple of weeks ago, which you can actually watch on YouTube, you can look it up. It was ran for several hours, and they had all the testimony of several of the people that were in the movie. So, Moment of Contact, there is a great movie to see. I have to admit, I have not watched it yet. But if you're into the UFO and UAP disclosure, this is one of the latest new movies that have come out. So let's talk about Citizens for Disclosure. So there's an organization called the New Paradigm Institute. I'm going to put that on there, on the screen there, so you can get to it. And they have an umbrella called Citizens for Disclosure, which I have volunteered for, and I'm actually one of the co-leaders of the state of Florida with Dr. Melanie Barton. So, disclosure has to do with lobbying the government to release the information that's been out there about UAP disclosure, the technology, contact with these ET sentient beings, and this kind of thing. So I'm going to cover this. I think I did this a couple of weeks ago, but I think it's always good to go over what NPI is all about. So NPI strategy is centered on steady growth and responsible expansion. And so they're all about strengthening their national citizens for disclosure, which is the grassroots arm of it, deepen their here we go. Deepen their policy and legal efforts, and also broaden public education. So, disclosure is guided by ethics, diplomacy, and accountability as opposed to secrecy or fear. So, here's a quote from Danny Sheehan, who is the president. He says, disclosure is not a single event, it's a process that requires patience, coordination, and shared commitment. Now, what I did do as part of my efforts for volunteering is create a series, a monthly series called the Disclosure Dialogues. So I interviewed the executive director, who is also Danny's life partner, Sarah Nelson. And I have a quick clip to share with you about, from that particular episode that just I recorded last month.
This is in our opinion, the most important project we've ever done in our entire lives. Requires everything we've ever learned, and which we're trying every day to bring to the table. And thirdly, the grassroots component in the disclosure movement is one of the three absolutely critical legs. There's about 8 legs, but it's a critical leg. It's already very, very clear after 80 years of secrecy around this and the national security state putting things behind national security classified categories. They're only going to release as much as they absolutely have to. And there's 3. The major components that are absolutely necessary in terms of the tactical plan is the pressure from the voters, the growth of a movement that has a voice and is trained to have impact.
So that is Sarah Nelson, and you can actually watch the whole episode. Ran just an hour long. Lots of great information that she had in there, where she talks about the New Paradigm Institute and disclosure and all kinds of great information. So just go to tinyurl.com/capital D disclosure, capital D dialogue, and 6, the number 6. So check it out. She is an amazing woman. She and Danny have been in the social justice arena and have been involved with Watergate and the Pentagon Papers and 3 Mile Island litigation and the Lakota Law Project, many different noble, even the now, feminist movement back in the 70s. So they're both the real deal. And I really trust everything that they say and talk about. So I would definitely recommend that you watch this and, let me know what you think in the comments. So check that out. And I am working on a new series called Galactic Good Vibes, where I will be interviewing experiencers of the ET phenomenon, people who actually communicate with the ET phenomenon. So that's upcoming. Just want to let you know about that. So I have added a new segment kind of in the middle of the show here that has to do with meditation, because I think it's important that we learn to switch from our left brain to our right brain, right? The left brain it has to do with critical thinking and math and logic and this kind of thing, but our right brain is our creative side, and that's what is opens up when we are meditating and this kind of thing. So let me get the music going here. And I'm going to guide us in a short meditation, just a couple of minutes long, so that we can learn how to transition. Because in this world, it's going to get more and more chaotic, and it's going to be more and more important for our own mental and spiritual and emotional health to be able to switch, turn that off, what's happening in the world around us, all of the politics, all of the from the Epstein files to war to all the things that are happening as things get revealed. Our structures are crumbling. The societal structures are crumbling around us, and and that has to happen so we can rebuild in a better way. So it is important, I believe, to be able to learn how to shift from the left brain to the right brain to tune in within. And the only way we can do that is by practicing. So let's get the music going here. And continue this deep meditation. Don't go away because to share after the fact here. So today, let's take a breath and we're going to pause and honor the energy of the full moon that happened on February 1st. This is a time that lit up our hearts and creativity, and we were able to find out what really matters to us. So, as we move into the waning moon phase, let's create a space to release what no longer serves us. So, the beauty of what blossomed on the full moon can fully take root. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. Let's arrive together in this sacred moment. Breathe in deeply and let it go. Continue to breathe deeply, slowly in and slowly out, and bring your awareness to what you are carrying. It could be expectations, obligations, old patterns, or pressures that feel heavier than they need to be. You don't need to solve them, just notice them and visualize yourself gently setting these burdens down besides the path. Not abandoning them, simply releasing them from your forward motion. And now affirm quietly, I release what no longer serves me and carry only what supports my growth and joy. Now feel your body respond. Lighter, freer, more mobile. Notice how your heart opens as you integrate the energy of the Leo full moon, letting gratitude, courage, and creative inspiration fill the space that you've cleared. Take a few breaths here. Enjoy the lightness and ease. Even a small release now makes room for clarity, joy, and the next cycle of growth. As you return from this meditation, carry the lightness of your release into the world. Feel the wisdom of the Leo full moon within you. Your heart awakened, your creative energy flowing, and your burdens lighter. And know that next week we will step more fully into the Aquarius new moon, planting intentions for fresh beginnings and inspired action. Take one last deep breath and open your eyes, carrying this renewed energy with you. So, how was that for you? Get the music. And if you weren't able to do the meditation right now, no worries. You can actually, replay this video and just go to this part and do the meditation again and do it over the next week or so. As sometimes everything's in layers, right? Like an onion peel. And it's always great to be able to, you know, go go through one layer and then it covers another layer and another layer. And this is all about ways that we can discover ourselves, because you know we what we create from within, with you know to the external, not from the external in. It's always from the internal to the external. And so hopefully that kind of got you in a vibe of intuition and this kind of thing. And so we're going to now talk about um, oracle spreads. The last couple of years, I've been showing a different oracle deck every month. And I've switched this year to, because I found this great book called 111 Oracle Spreads. And so let me get into that and share with you. You can actually get this book at my website, which there's a button that goes to the Amazon store that I have currently, and you can actually purchase the book there. But so what I've planned is that every month we're doing a different oracle. Every week we're doing a different oracle spread, and this book breaks it down from 1 card spreads up to 10 card spreads. So I'm actually, the month of January, I was doing 1 card spreads. Now we're in the month of February, so we're going to do 2 card spreads. So we're going to play with this a little bit. And I do this so that you can understand how using different oracle decks, whether it's a tarot deck or any other kind of oracle deck, you can use different spreads to ask different questions and this kind of thing. And so the deck that I'm using is this one. It is the Psychic Tarot deck. It's the mini version pocket oracle deck by John Holland. Again, you can go to good-vibes.tv to get the link to purchase this deck. So first, let me share with you the spread that we're going to do. It's going to be a 2 card spread, and this is called the Yin Yang spread. So I'm just going to read here. Maintaining balance can be difficult when faced with the demands of life. It can become even more challenging when experiencing an imbalance to figure out how to address it. Whether you're feeling out of sync or as if something is throwing you off your routine, this spread can help you achieve greater balance in any area of your life. So, um, think of an area of your life that you want to focus on. We are doing this kind of as a general reading for everybody that's watching either now or on the replay. And let's just play and see what happens. So the first card has to do with what area of your life is out of balance. And then the second card is represents what will help restore balance and harmony. So I'm going to shuffle the cards and ask Spirit to give us some guidance today for all of us watching. So, what area of your life is out of balance? And the card that we're getting is light. Let me show you light. And this is one of the, it's number 19 in the tarot deck, which I believe is the star card. So let me go to, and I'm showing you this, it's best always to use your intuition, but as you're learning different decks, different cards, or just learning how to do divination, it's okay to read the book and see what resonates and see what doesn't resonate. So light, this is the traditional card, is the sun card, not the star card, the sun card. So light, and that makes total sense. And I know Right now I follow Stephen Burns, who is a geologist, and he's watching the sunspots happening and, concerned that there might be a Carrington event, which means where there's solar flares that really disrupt our, technological systems and this kind of thing. So I haven't gone into that a whole lot. I know I'm aware that he's talking about this, but I try not, what we focus on, we create. So I don't want to create any kind of Carrington event for us. I mean, it's always good to be aware of what's happening, but let's see. So again, this represents, whoops, lost my screen here. There we go. I lost my screen here. So this card represents what area of your life is out of balance. So the sun. So that's pretty interesting because, like I said, solar flares. So lights. Let me read you this card. This card reassures you that this is your time to be in the light, no matter what's happening around you. Prosperity and bliss are promised. The qualities of this brilliant card are pleasure, happiness, contentment, growth, success, joy, and illumination. The light always brings forth new birth, a constant renewal of life. This is one of the best, if not most positive cards in the deck, and it's yours. Uh, This is now your moment to shine. The radiance from within will be there for all to see. All people become attracted to the rays of your spiritual light. And by being compassionate, generous, inspiring, and a leader, many will benefit as they feel the warmth emanating from you. Be discerning, but also be open to whatever or whomever you're attracting, for your rays reach far and wide. The light card reminds you that because of its power, nothing remains in the dark. Through its illumination, truths, and certain paths before you begin to emerge and can be surely seen. Using the energy of positive thoughts and continually thinking about the happiest and most joyful of memories will light the path before you even more brightly and attract exactly what you're emanating. Keep on shining. Again, that's the sun card. So, again, the position that we picked it for was what area of your life is out of balance. And we did also, this full moon that we're integrating the energy for was in the sign of Leo. And the sun is the ruler of Leo. So, how interesting is that? So, again, so you're shining your creativity, your light. This is what may be out of balance based on this reading. Now, let's pick the other card and ask what will help restore balance and harmony regarding this area of life, which is where we shine. And the card that I'm getting, mental conflict. Mental conflict. Give me a minute here to find that card. So that would be the card of, it's Two of Swords. Traditionally, this card is where the lady has the two swords crossed in front of her, and she's blindfolded. So mental conflict. The this card deals with the inability to move forward as self doubt emerges from indecisiveness or not being able to take action with a person, group, or even a situation in your present life. It may not be an easy decision, but you're already aware of this. Just remember that you have the strength, courage, and power to make all of the necessary considerations. When you decide to act and finally make the choices that need to be made, then and only then will a resolution be forthcoming, and with it, a sense of mental relief. So, a little bit more. There's assistance out there for you now. So, seek out and listen to wise counsel to help you make the right decision. Listen to your intuition and have faith in yourself. Peace and harmony will soon be yours. So, what this is telling me, if you put these two cards together, you know, area of your life where you're shining and mental conflict. So, again, the mental aspect, if we're, in conflict, and honestly, the best way to heal that mental conflict, I believe, is through meditation, like what we just did, because our mind is always going. And when you're meditating, you're kind of being still. You're shutting off that monkey mind. You're turning off your brain, and you're just being. And then you're receiving the light, right, from spirit to fill you up with the golden light of source. And by recharging our batteries like that, and really going from the head, the mental, to the heart is where we feel. And the our heart is our central sun. It's our power source is really our third chakra, right? The solar plexus, which is yellow. But our heart, if it's we're in a time now where we're moving from our head to our heart, and integrating the two things. This is what coherence is. It's getting in alignment, getting our mind and our heart aligned. So anyway, if you found that of interest, please let me know. Share it in the comments if that made any kind of sense to you. It's a little hard for me to be juggling all these different things right now, but hopefully there was a message for you, and it's something that is helpful and will help you grow and thrive, because this is what the Good Vibes lifestyle is all about. It's about focusing on what we want and transmuting the lower energies and lower emotions to the higher emotions, the lower emotions of fear, basically, to the higher emotions of love. So let's get on with it. And I want to talk a little bit about spiritual activism. So I've talked about this in the past, and we were talking about how um, um, we can make change in the world, right? And especially with the Aquarian energies of revolution, of making social change, of we, not me, really caring for the humanity, caring for our brothers and sisters, being aware of what's happening and doing what we feel led to do to make an impact, a positive impact, whether it's, taking food to a family that needs it, or, doing meditation and holding the energy of peace. Uh, so we'll just quickly, we've got Anna D4R saying hello. Hello, Anna. Um, as far as spiritual activism is concerned, I want to share my screen here, because have you seen the monks? Let's see, how do I get this on here? Okay, I guess I have to move this out. Let me move this, and then I can share the monks. So there are these monks that have been doing this walk for peace, and here is their Facebook page, so you can actually see it. So they started in Texas, and they're headed to Washington D.C. They've just, I think today is day 103 of their journey, and they are just walking through all kinds of weather. They, I think, do 20 to 25 miles per day, and this is their website. Yeah, so they're day 103 on their way to Fredericksburg, Virginia. So I'm going to actually play this video. I'm going to share this video with you here so you can kind of see. So they have different sponsors along the way, different churches and that kind of thing. Oops. I'm trying to make this bigger for you. So these monks have been doing this walk of peace. So I thought that was this perfect way to do spiritual activism. And basically, their message, whenever they stop, they usually have a message that they share. And it's, I've been listening to them talk along the way. I haven't been 100% tuned into them, but I have been watching. And the message that I heard last, and I think it's pretty consistent, is that we have to be the change that we want to see in the world. And they're focusing mostly on peace. And peace starts from within. We have to be peaceful first within because we can only control ourselves and our own emotions. We can't necessarily control outside of us, but we can control what we're feeling and how we're being. And he, the last I heard, heard him speak, the main monk that speaks for all of them because they don't all speak English, um, and that message was be the peace within, to meditate, to be peaceful. And by being peaceful, this is how we create peace in the world because we can only control ourselves. And, it's been interesting because they've encountered some people that were kind of, Christians that, or saying they're Christians, saying that because they're not Christians, they're evil and this kind of thing. And it was very interesting how they handled that. But basically, it's live and let live. They're walking for peace. This is their message. As they walk, they're praying, they're sending the energy of peace out there. And there are many people that are on their path, that are crying, that are getting blessings from them, that are really, impacted by this. And I wish I was on the route because I would definitely go out and see them. But I'm in Florida right now, and they're in Virginia. So anyway, I just thought they were a perfect. Um, example of what spiritual activism is all about. So, the monks walking for peace. Check them out. You can just go to their Facebook page. It is, let me see here, just facebook.com, Walk for Peace USA. And that is how you can follow them. They have a map and all of this. So, I just wanted to share that because I just think it's important, to see examples of spiritual activism. So who would think that a walk for peace could be a way to be activists in the world, to hold that energy? And so, again, Pamela Gregory, who's an astrologer in England, in the UK, has suggested that we meditate every day, really, for 15 minutes a day at 2 o'clock and just send love and light to the planet. So that's another thing you can do. If you could do it at that time, that's great because you're doing it in collaboration with all the other people in the world that are doing it. But you can do it anytime you're doing meditation. You can send love and light out to the planet and connect with other people. And then if you want a more physical, tangible way to make a difference when you see injustices happen, go to congress.org and write your Congress people. It's easy to do. You can write them, you can call them, and you just go to congress.org to find out that information. So I just wanted to cover that briefly. Now let's talk about an opportunity for the Healthy Heart Masterclass. So, many people still think that heart disease is something that just happens with age or genetics. But research shows us that 90% of heart disease is preventable and in many cases reversible with the right food and lifestyle. So, this is why people I partner with, the Food Revolution Network, which is part of um, um, Ocean Robin, that's his name, that's his son. John Robbins was his father, yes, of the Baskin and Robbins enterprise, but they're no longer affiliated with that. John Robbins wrote many books in the past about eating plant-based foods, whole food, plant-based, and how that is just so healthy. So I want to share a little clip I have about this master class. It's a free event that's happening right now. I'm going to give you the link in a minute, but I want to share a video that talks all about it. So here it is.
Picture your heart beating in your chest. Do you know how healthy it is? Is your heart strong, giving you enough energy to exercise, hike, garden, play, and even keep up with friends and family? Or are you in danger of developing a serious heart condition, like others in your family or in your circle of friends? Maybe you already have high cholesterol, high blood pressure, extra weight around the midline, or stress.
Hmm.
Picture your heart beating in your chest. Do you know how healthy it is? Is your heart strong, giving you enough energy to exercise, hike, garden, play, and even keep up with friends and family? Or are you in danger of developing a serious heart condition, like others in your family or in your circle?
Hmm. Well, I guess we're having technical difficulties today with that. So, although I couldn't show you that little clip, it was only a couple minutes long. Let me just tell you a little bit about it. So, you can go to this tinyurl.com/ capital GVT and Healthy Heart, all in lower caps, and learn about this Dr. Mimi Guarneri, who will talk about different ways that you can get healthy by changing your lifestyle and eating plant-based whole foods. So there you have it. Sorry about the video wouldn't play. But let's now talk about, since she was talking about, do you have the heart strength to garden? That was one of the things. And gardening is something that I feel is so important. And there's another affiliate partner that I have called Grow Your Own Vegetables, and they are doing an event called The Joyful Gardener. So um, they're hosting a Joyful Gardener docu-series where you can learn how to grow fresh, healthy vegetables at home and enjoy the natural sense of joy that gardening brings. So let me give you their website, and you can actually, when you sign up, you'll get this free guide here that's is about 5 keys to creating a successful vegetable and herb garden. Now, this event is happening. It's an 8-day online event that's happening on February 10th through the 17th. So that's next week. And it shows you how to grow the freshest, most nutrient rich foods at home while experiencing the pure joy of gardening. So I love gardening. I garden hydroponically and also in the ground. Things don't always turn out perfect, but it's really good for you to get out in the garden, to get your hands in the dirt, to be in nature, to watch things grow. There's such a satisfaction. And it's really wonderful to grow your own food because that's the healthiest kind of food you can get, where you're going out in your garden and getting salads and vegetables that you can actually prepare live. That life force energy, when you take a tomato right off the vine, you get the most life force energy from that. So again, check out, whoops, not this one, tinyurl.com, / capital GVTV garden guide. And you'll be able to, get this guide and get signed up for the course. So, all right. Now, another thing I want to share that I just recently learned about. There's this book called The Bodies of Light, and it's breaking through the spiritual glass ceiling to embody our greatest potential. So I've just met the author Andrew Molnar, sorry, Molnar, He's been on a conscious spiritual journey for over 3 decades. And this started when he had a life changing health crisis in college. And since then, he healed himself using Tai Chi meditation, and he's devoted his life to embodying his greatest potential and helping others to do the same. He helps now people individually and also organizations. He was the director of 2 spiritual retreat centers, and he serves as an organizational consultant to nonprofits, and also has a one-on-one health consultant business where you can work with him. So there is a video he did with Humanity's team. So I wanted to share that link with you. Go to tinyurl.com/capital GVTV, Andrew Molnar, and you'll find this video that he did on a podcast on called Humanity's Team. You learn all about him. So basically, what he's doing, he's talking about ascension. He's talking about how we ascend and how our bodies are bodies of light. Some have said that our bodies are frozen light. So the process of ascension, kind of like people think of what Jesus and Buddha have ascended to higher levels where they almost actually disappear because their vibration is so high. So I wanted to share this book with you, and this podcast that I did watch. Very good information. I haven't talked a whole lot about ascension, and I may actually do an interview with him on Good Vibes TV. But in the meantime, if you want to get the book, you can get it here. tinyurl.com/capital GVTV, Bodies of Light, and you'll be able to get that book. And now, speaking of books, I wanted to share with you again that I am in another compilation book called The Art of Connection, and you can still get the paperback at the special price of $19.99. It's a uh, limited price at that. It goes up. I'm not sure how soon, but it's available in paperback, and it just got released on the 29th of January. And here's the link to actually get the book on my Amazon page. So tinyurl.com/capital GVTV. Resilience is the link for that. So it's all about different quotes, one for each day of the year, 365 quotes of resilience. And I'm on page, I think I'm on the day for August 11th. And I have my book, which I haven't shown you yet, but the book is huge. Let me share it with you. Here, let me make this a little smaller. This is the book. See how big it is? It's actually like 2.5 pounds, and I'm on page, like I said, August 11th. There's my quote, if you can see it, and it's really a cool book. But I just wanted to show you how big this book is. And there's actually a coloring book that's going to be affiliated with it as well. So it's a great source of inspiration that you can use daily in your practice. And I just wanted to share that with you. It is an international best-selling book now, and so that's really cool as well. So wanting to share that with you. All right, we're winding it down. So let me take this off the screen, see if I can get my tip of the week to come up. So every week I like to talk about a tip of the week to raise our vibration. And this week's, or actually I like to talk about the last time we were together. And last week's tip of the week was to plan and grow a garden. And of course, that ties in with the Joyful Gardening series that's going to happen over 8 days. So sign up for that, because that will really be a great way to learn how to start a garden or get you excited about growing a garden again. If you have grown them in the past, you can do container gardening. There's many hydroponic gardening. There's many ways to garden. And so that's last time's tip of the week. And this week's tip of the week is to journal your negative thoughts and transmute them into positive ones. Now, I had a And this is coming from experience. So I was feeling a lot of disappointment. That was my negative energy. I was just feeling just so disappointed in myself and other people, just disappointment generally. And disappointment is a lower vibration, energy or emotion. So I was like, oh, how am I going to get rid of this? So I was like, okay, start journaling it. So I started journaling what I was feeling, and I was able to become the observer in that. It's kind of like the journal can be your therapist, basically, where you're bouncing out. Once you kind of get it out, you're venting it, and then you kind of see it, and then you can transmute that energy. So I actually transmuted that energy or that feeling to delight. Even though, you know, delight might not be the opposite exactly of disappointment, but that's what came to me was delight. So I was then starting to focus on delight, what's delightful, being delighted, this kind of thing. And that technique really worked for me. So I've talked about journaling before, and I just thought it would be a great example for this week's tip of the week. So if you're feeling some low vibes, journal them out and then work on transmuting them into a higher vibration energy. All right, my friends. So thank you for watching today. I do appreciate you watching. I hope that you got some good information and positive vibes from this broadcast. And if you did, please like and share and, subscribe if you haven't. My main channel is the YouTube channel at Raise Your Vibe and Thrive. Um, but I also, like I said earlier, publish these broadcasts on LinkedIn, my personal Facebook page, and I'm also just distributing it on my Good Vibes page on Facebook and also Spotify. So if you prefer those, check those out there. All right, my friends, I want to thank you again for watching, and I will see you next week. Have a beautiful week, and peace out. Take care, everyone.